I am a mom of 3 amazing children. I have identical twin girls, and my special little guy, Hatcher, is the love of my life. He is amazing. He has Down syndrome, autism, survived leukemia.
We have a 7-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old son. He loves dirt bikes, vacuum cleaners, choo-choo trains. You know, he has epilepsy. That's been very scary. We see a lot of specialists.
It is a full-time job taking care of a child with special needs.
You're almost in survival mode. You're just trying to get through the day, keep your full-time job, and also care for him and your other children.
The biggest battle that we face as caregivers is people just not listening to us when we're trying to advocate for our children.
You just feel really lost, and it's not a position you ever think that you'll ever be in.
One of the real challenges that we have faced over the years in Tennessee is that we're essentially a low-tax, low-service state. And for people with disabilities, for intellectual disabilities and developmental disabilities, that has really played out in ways that has put a lot of pressure on families to sort of take care of their own. Traditionally in Tennessee, Medicaid long-term supports and services served people who had intellectual disabilities. That is to say, people who had cognitive deficits. Folks with developmental disabilities, there was really nothing for people in many, many cases, until the Employment and Community First Choices program came along. It expanded services in Tennessee for the first time beyond just individuals with intellectual disabilities, but it actually opened up long-term supports and services to people with developmental disabilities as well.
The idea is that people who have intellectual disabilities or developmental disabilities will have access to supports and services that gives them choices in the community so that they're not confined to institutions or other places, and that they're integrated in the community as a whole.
There were a lot of problems with how it rolled out. I used to joke and say it rolled out with 3 flat tires.
For example, when you hear employment and community first, you don't think that that applies to children. So a lot of families that have young children that have intellectual or developmental disabilities don't even apply for the program because they think it's not for their child, when in reality there is a group that is dedicated to children.
And so it required advocacy.
The Tennessee Justice Center has long been a partner with the Tennessee Disability Coalition.
Our focus at TJC is on systems changes and helping individuals. So we take what we learn from helping individual families and then identify systemic issues.
For the last couple of years, we have been lucky enough to have the support and technical assistance from Community Catalyst that has really allowed us to put additional organizers on the ground through Family Voices of Tennessee. We now have a much broader network of families who in their local communities and at the state level are making their voices heard, and that's been hugely important.
I'm the proud mom of a 25-year-old daughter with autism. I'm a single mother. My daughter is in the program. I've navigated the program for her. As a regional organizer, I know that change can happen through the power of using my voice and to then empower other people to use their voices for change.
As a single mom, I feel isolated a lot. So I'm thankful for the relationships that I've built here with Lisa and Sarah that have really opened me up and brought me out of my shell and given me a voice and a place to utilize that.
She was able to help me understand that my story could be impactful. I had a lot of fears. She helped me overcome those fears. And knowing that if I spoke up, maybe that would give other people the courage to speak up also and make a difference. Community is so important in being able to overcome fear.
As a result of those voices being out there, it has meant that individuals who serve on advisory committees with the managed care organizations are better prepared to actually give advice instead of just listening. It has also been important in working with the TennCare Bureau and the managed care organizations to make changes that have improved the program, even around the edges when there have been some policy changes around how reporting gets done or how often families have to, do a home visit or a whole range of things that have been sort of oppressive to families.
It's not my role to do the work for people. It's to help flip that switch to turn on that voice. Let them know their voice is there. Let them know their voice is important and how to amplify that voice.